My little pony.
To all of you guys wondering, Lily, what the f possessed you to make an MLP video? Several things. So, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, I believe this is Gen 4, kind of sparked a phenomenon along the internet. And a massive one. But the funniest thing about it, and I think Bob's Burgers made an episode about it as well, was that a big part of the fandom was grown-ass men. There are grown-ass women in there too, obviously, but a gigantic part of the fandom was grown-ass men who came to be known as bronies. It sparked a gigantic internet movement, so much fan art, so much artwork, an ungodly amount of They even have a name for it. They're called floppers. And the art style in itself is iconic. If you see a Gen 4 pony, you'll know exactly where it's from, because the art style is just very much it. This show ran for like 8 seasons, and then they did Gen 5 in like 3D, and while I did watch the movie and it was kind of cute, it kind of missed the mark for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my goodness!
So today we're gonna talk about the character designs for MLP Friendship is Magic, and see just kind of what shapes the art style, what made these characters so unique, so charming, and why do people want to f these horses? I already know the answer, sadly, but we're gonna get into it. I'm going to break your hearts already and tell you that Equestria Girls will not be covered today. That thing is an entirely different video on its own. We are going to be covering the ponies, the horses, okay?
Dear Princess Celestia, I didn't learn anything. I was right all along.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Twilight Sparkle.
Yep, I've prepared our things. Snacks, books, blankets, books. You said books twice. There are a lot of books.
I know Twilight doesn't always look like this, but this is probably the design that most people are familiar with Twilight Sparkle. So remember how I say that the show tends to be shaped around the protagonist? I do think that in MLP that is very much the case. Because like a big chunk of the art style, the cute little legs, the bright colors, the insanely sweet manes, the giant goo-goo eyes, and most importantly for these, the cutie marks, yeah, Twilight was like one of the first ponies that you see. She is so fucking cute, but she's also giving dork, despite not having glasses or anything like that, is because of the straight bangs and like straight mane. They use a lot of things to convey personality in this show when it comes to different ponies, but one of the big ones is hair. It's part of the reason why so many people want to stick their these, okay? Like, if you give something big goo-goo eyes with gorgeous lashes and long flowing hair, people are gonna want to fuck it. That is the formula, and Twilight Sparkle started that formula. So with Twilight, you can tell that she's a little bit of a stick in the mud. She's colorful, of course, but she also has this air about her of, I'm very set in my ways and I'm kind of stubborn about it. Now, this is the alicorn version of Twilight Sparkle, which has wings as well. She was not originally like this. She only had the horn. She's a unicorn, so she can use magic. And her cutie mark is actually like an adorable star with other stars around it, which is actually the element of harmony, I think. The cute thing about her is that she looks innately magical. Her color scheme, interestingly enough, is of the very, like, cool tone variety. She has mainly, like, a cool purple, and her mane is, for the most part, like, blue. Not purple, it's blue. But then she has some warm tones in the pink in the design, which accents her very, very well. Now, the designs in MLP, and I will say this, these are not complex designs. Not even the Royals have complicated designs. A few different reasons for that. 1, TV show. Animation, you kind of need simple. And 2, toys. There's a lot of merch of these, and it's much easier to recreate toys that have simpler designs. But yeah, she's super cute, and she's such a dork.
It's all happening so fast.
Yeah, I like helping the pony folks and stuff.
Do not get me wrong, I love Applejack. I think she's the sweetest thing. Her voice is adorable.
We sure as sugar are.
Probably my least favorite pony, but if I had to have an Earth pony to hang out with, probably Applejack, because she actually seems sensible. I feel like Pinkie Pie would offer me cocaine. The thing I like about her is that she has like a very clear theme in her design. It's cowgirl. She has this very warm color scheme, very fluffy hair. It's tied up the end with a little band, and the same with like the mane on the top. She also has big goo-goo eyes, and she also has freckles. And the freckles do a lot for some fellas, they do. Add the cowboy hat and like the cute little southern accent that she has.
Get my rope.
People wanted Applejack, mama. And when I say ponies, chat, because a lot of people make this mistake when they're talking about the show, these are grown-ass fucking horses. And in the show, if a pony is this size, they're actually a grown-up. There are smaller versions. You'll see them when we probably get to like the Cutie Mark Crusaders. But pony doesn't mean whittle, it just means different type of horse. So Applejack has like a very, very warm color scheme. The only cool tone that she has is in her eyes. It is green. It's very bright. It's very peppy. It's very eye-catching. And you'll notice that unlike Twilight, who has very rigid body language, Applejack is a lot more loose in her movements. She has like a little leg up. She's looking around. She's more relaxed in posture. And it shows because this is someone who's just very comfortable in nature and hanging out with other people. She's very, very friendly, which is funny because Twilight was not. Now, I will touch on the cutie marks because the cutie marks are actually pretty important. Look at me with my fucking pony lore. I do know these things. Do they like to do the marks on the asses? God, no! There's a whole episode about this, by the way, that like goes into the backstory of how like they all got their cutie marks, like the main 6. That's what we call them. Mane as in mane of hair, get it? Haha, there's a lot of horse puns. The cutie mark kind of like represents what the ponies meant to do with their life. So Twilight has a very magical one. Applejack has like a little bushel of apples, which basically means that she's most comfortable on her farm. They appear magically. Usually when the horse's talent like spawns or like they find the thing they like to do, the cutie mark shows up magically. It's not tattooed on their ass, I swear to God. As Twilight, Applejack has an incredibly simple design, and it shows. I mean, it's just very fun to animate. It looks very, very sweet.
Just a few more. Must finish harvesting.
All right, Applejack. I don't care what you say, you need
Gamer subs! A ridiculous amount of flavors, 100 servings per fucking tub, good, clean energy. No crash out, no headache, no feeling like garbage the next day because you fucking chugged too many. Not to mention, this shit is 40 cents per serving, guys. It's literally the most affordable energy drink on the market. You can also try out AFK if you have trouble eating, or just do the caffeine-free version. It's great flavor, an amazing way to kick soda, and altogether, very enjoyable. If you don't want to try any of the stuff out, though, make sure you use code KingTeamation at checkout for 10% off your entire order, or go to gamersubs.gg/KingTeamation. All right, ad break over. It's very hard for me to pick a favorite haunts because they're all very pretty.
I bet you can't beat me.
Well, Fluttershy's pretty up there. I'm really sorry. Pegasus baby. If anybody wants to this horse, the furry in me kind of gets it. She's literally one of my favorites because she can fly. She's a Pegasi. She's so soft. She has like sad goo-goo eyes, right? She's crying. Sad goo-goo eyes and a beautiful long flowy mane of hair. And then her voice is kind of like this.
Listen to me, girls. Please.
Like she talks really like anxious. She's like sad.
Nervous.
I love her. She's very sweet and a very gentle soul. And again, you can see it in the body language for the character as well. If you put her next to other Pegasi like Rapidash or something, you'll tell that there's definitely a difference. With Twilight and with Applejack, you'll notice that their legs are pretty straight. Fluttershy has like really bent legs, almost like ready to bolt at any moment. She's easily spooked. Her tail is also considerably longer than other ponies. There are differences in hair length and hairstyles here, clearly. So Fluttershy has like a really long tail, a really long mane. She's done primarily in warm pastel colors, and she has like a little bit of blue on the eyes. Her eye shape is different than the other ponies because it's kind of like sad. I wouldn't say she has huge wings, but she has wings that are a little bit more on the graceful side. They're not very like, ooh, speed, you know? I do really like her cutie mark as well. This is actually a pony that's very much tied to nature. Fluttershy is a Pegasus that doesn't like to fly. She can fly, and she does fly around, but she likes to spend her time with animals more than anything else. Also, she bagged herself a rat man. Chaos God, long story. A very alluring design.
Fluttershy tamed a Ratman Chaos God.
Yeah.
Your dream.
Tamed it, owned it, rode him into the sunset.
I am not whining. I am complaining. Do you want to hear whining? This is whining.
My girl! Can you say D? Like, Rarity is the other unicorn in the party. Twilight was the first one. This horse, this motherfucker.
What are you supposed to pack when you go into exile? You're supposed to pack warm?
This is another one of the ones that you just see her and you're like, damn, okay.
It's practically a crime.
Stupid pretty. And that's part of the reason why she's designed the way she is. She probably has the strongest point of contrast out of everybody in the main 6, the most striking color scheme. She's known to be a great beauty and like a fashion designer, right? So she's very flamboyant in her design. Like her ears don't have as much of a point to them as like Twilight's does. Her horn is a little bit stubbier, but she has a lot of flow to her silhouette, like the big flowing curls, the like straight legs. She has like white fur and like the purple mane, and she also wears makeup.
Of course you will.
Also, it's always really funny when they try to dress up the horses in the show because they just wear like weird skirt things.
My emotions, darling. Stress couture.
She is a giant drama queen, and she looks like a giant drama queen.
I'm so sorry.
and she likes to be fabulous, which kind of ties back to her cutie mark, which you'd think her cutie mark is like rhinestones. No, that's actual gemstones. Her thing is finding gemstones. She has magic that lets her find gemstones that she uses in her design, which is probably ties into one of the funniest episodes in the show, I think.
Why didn't you clean it first? It's gonna leave a stain! The wagon's getting heavy! Why do I have to pull it? Make it stop!
One of the things that stood out for me in the show, and that made people really like it, is that the main characters had a surprising number of flaws. Way more than you would expect for a show like this, especially a show for children. Rarity, for her virtue being generosity. She's a giant whiny bitch. She was probably the source of the most conflict in this show, because it had to be her fucking way or the highway, always, okay? She's so pretty, and she's so cute, but she's so she's so whiny.
No! I want to wallow in whatever it is the ponies are supposed to wallow in! Do ponies wallow in pity?
And everyone in the show had a flaw similar to this. Every pony, every single one, had an episode where they crashed the fuck out, with Fluttershy's being exceptionally funny.
You're going to love me!
Very subtle adult-coded, like Bluey. Yeah, like, the reason why so much people liked MLP, not just because of the designs, because, like, the writing was actually pretty smart for a kid's show, so a lot of people ended up liking it. I love the crash outs, because real people have crash outs. Okay.
Unseen. I did it! Go, Pinkie!
This creature. First of all, pink thing. We love a pink thing in this house. I hesitate to call it a pony because it's a goblin, okay? This creature, this absolute fucking creature, is probably the most chaotic character in the show after Discord, who is a god of chaos, and that is saying something.
Look what I can do with my hooves!
And the chaos in Pinkie Pie's personality shines through the character's design. First of all, she's obnoxiously pink, retina burning, okay? The hair is foofy, curly, everywhere.
My prince has been freaked!
Even like the line art density for her varies wildly in the tail, you know? She's always on the move, she's always on the go. It's one of those characters that if you make her sit still, she will fucking bounce off the walls, can't fucking do it.
She can't make your face crazier than
She has significantly shorter ears than Applejack and actually most of the other main six because she doesn't fucking listen!
Rarity catching what, Pinkie?
So if you guys can't tell what Pinkie Pie's deal is, as if the balloons didn't make it fucking clear as day, she likes to throw parties. She loves a good bash. She will literally throw a rager for like 5 days. And it shows in the design, not just because of the balloons, but because of like the very jovial silhouette. This is canonically, I believe, the only horse that was confirmed married in the future when the show ending, and she bagged fucking Cheese Sandwich, which is Weird Al Yankovic's pony, because he was in the show. But she's great. Very, very fun creature, goblin. I feel like you could condense most VTubers that are on the goblin side into Pinkie Pie, and it would still be like a drop in the bucket of like the actual chaos that this character is.
It needs to be about 20% cooler.
This is the horse that got put in the jar. Now, Dashy's a pretty fun character in terms of how to balance a color scheme properly. You'd think with how much she has going on, her design would be a mess. No. The reason why is because she has a predominantly blue color scheme. It's cool toned everywhere, and then the thing that actually has pops of color is the mane and the tail. So she has like a whole ass rainbow in there, but look at how nicely balanced it is that the bangs are 3 colors, the back of the mane are the other 3, and then the tail does have all of them, but by the time you get to the tail, your eye is used to that amount of color and it's balanced really nicely. And then her cutie mark actually does not have that much color in them. It has the primary colors in them, which is just a cloud with like a thunderbolt of rainbow. That's because she flies so fast, she made a sonic rain boom. But for some reason, the thing that overpowers most of her color scheme and that actually makes you look at her is the magenta eyes. There is not an iota of pink in this design until you get to her face. She's so fun. Again, unlike Fluttershy, her wings seem to be a little bit sharper, she's a bit faster, and she starts a lot of fights. A lot of people ship her with Applejack, which I guess I can kind of see it, even though they argue a bit, but like...
Trussed up like a turkey.
They're sweet.
Very funny.
Yeah, she has a very raspy voice as well. Like, the voice acting in MLP is also very nice.
If only some pony were here to pat me on the back. I'll have to do it myself.
but she's very much like a speed demon, you know? I feel like if you have to like pick from iconic designs from My Little Pony, most people would point you to Rainbow Dash because of how well balanced it is and how well realized that rainbow bit is. And it's the type of thing that like most people that don't know about art, they won't be able to tell you why, but they can tell you that the design is good and it's appealing. She moves really nicely, she animates really well, and the balancing for color that she has is excellent.
Overall, it was okay. Keep working hard. Who knows? You might have a shot. Gotta go.
Now, I know that we've already gone through the main 6, but I need to mention this dipshit.
And sometimes, when no one's around, I do this. Looking good, Spike. Looking real good.
Hi, Spike. Why did you put the older one in there, Spanish? We don't need to see the Giga Chad dragon. So, Spike is Twilight's bestie. He's a dragon that Twilight hatched somehow. Spike is a sweetie. Spike is a bit annoying sometimes. He's like the Morgana of the main 6, right? Or the Paimon, but a lot less annoying. And he's a dragon, so he likes gemstones. He likes to hoard things, although if you let him hoard too much, he will become an actual dragon, so it's in his best interest to stay baby until he hits the Giga Chad form for some reason. He actually complements Twilight Sparkle's design because he has a similar color scheme. He is also purple, but he has the green to offset that, which definitely gives him a more vibrant silhouette. He also has design language that, despite being a dragon, is insanely friend-shaped. All of his scales are rounded out. He has really big, googly round eyes. He has like really soft feet and a really soft tail. So for the most part, Spike is a character that still fits within the traditional lexicon of like the MLP art style, despite being a completely different species. Oh yeah, he wants to f that horse. Spike really wants Rarity to be like his girlfriend, and he got friend-zoned hardcore because Spike is like a baby dragon, technically speaking.
How could you ever know what it's like to be totally obsessed with a pony, only to find out they're obsessed with some pony else?
I like Rarity and Twilight Sparkle because I think that they would be pretty neat together if I had to ship anybody from the main 6.
There are horses.
Oh, yes, my royal Canterlot voice. Thank you for the reminder, Twilight.
It is time for a new day in Equestria!
My goat. Okay. So, the royals in MLP, they're technically not ponies. They're like dead-ass horses, but a lot of them started out as ponies, if that makes sense. Twilight being one of them. The fun thing about the royals in MLP is that they are basically a creature called an alicorn, which is a unicorn with wings. This means that they have significantly more magic than a normal unicorn, and they can fly, and they're also low-key kind of immortal. So Celestia's been around since like the fucking dawn of time, and her thing, if you guys can't tell by the bomb.com design and the big-ass cutie mark on her ass, is daytime. She basically brings about the day, and I really like this design because it's so fucking elegant. The ridiculously long horn, the eyes are a little bit more shapely, a little bit more sultry, she has more definition to her face, the giant wings, the very, very long, beautiful legs, and the mane is to die for, yeah. Almost like the colors of like the dawn, you know? It's very, very, very pretty. For a royal, they don't have a ton of accessories. I think that like the bulk of what makes their design great is mainly in their shape language, because she has a neck piece and a big tiara and some hoof decorations, and that is it. They don't really wear clothes. Ponies are very comfortable being naked. She has bigger, more slender ears than most other ponies, and for the most part, she's like a very soft, very subtle color scheme. I genuinely enjoy the way that the royals look. I always have, because they're just so eye-catching. Incredibly gorgeous, super alluring, very graceful. But Celestia as a character, it does show a very like serene, kind nature. She is Twilight Sparkle's teacher, so she's very sweet, she's very gentle, she's very mom-coded. She always has good advice, and she's very wise. And I mean, you would be wise too if you were a couple thousand years old. She gives me the same energy that like Lady Rhea does in Fire Emblem Three Houses, because she's just so regal.
Send her off to Celestia knows where without thinking it through.
I was not aware that I was an expression.
It's a beautiful design, to be sure, but it also does not overpower the main cast. I think it was a great idea on Lauren Faust's side to make them like actual full horses instead of ponies, because that it gave them an element of grace and ethereal nature that you don't often see. Now, they're not the only horses that look like this, but they are definitely some of the few that actually have this type of body that is less pony and more actual horse. By the end of the show, Twilight looks like this. And this was only after a few decades, so like an alicorn is a completely different species.
But this is the traditional royal Canterlot voice. It is tradition to speak using the royal we,
and to use this much volume when addressing our subjects.
I'm not gonna get into Nightmare Moon right now because that's an antagonist, but let's talk about Luna, okay? My goat. In terms of design, she's peak. The mane with the night sky on it, the dark moon cutie mark, bedroom eyes. You'll notice immediately that Luna's not as like spindly and skinny as Celestia is because she's the younger sister. She has a much smaller tiara. Her horn is not nearly as long as Celestia's. It's still fairly big, don't get me wrong. But she still has a phenomenal sense of flow to this design. Super beautiful. Everything about her is like night-coded because her thing was to bring about nighttime. So they're almost mythological characters within the world of My Little Pony. But it's very funny because they also just exist and hang out. She actually has a fairly monotone color scheme with her only accents really being the blue eye color and the black. But for the most part, she's done in shades of dark blue and her thing is more silver. I guess you could say that like Princess Luna is like the more goth of the two. Her wings are not as big and she is very elegant and very graceful, but not nearly as spindly. It's almost like she hasn't been alive nearly as long as Celestia has, or because she's not as powerful or like, you know, the younger sister. They've never explained why alicorns change physically the way that they do, but they just do.
Creature of nightmares no longer, but instead a pony who desires your love and admiration.
Sub goal we hunger. Really, queen. Unless I see a fuck ton of ones in chat, I will not even consider it. Bronies are here, Lee. Are you guys in here? You know what? Fine, let's set it up. If they reach it, they're here. If not, no. Also, let it be known that they will be Umamusume-fied. They will not be horses. Because I don't know how to draw furry horses yet. But yeah, Luna's gorgeous. And I think of the princesses, she's more my speed when it comes to like color scheme and design. But Celestia's gorgeous as well, so it's fine.
Of course I am. It's me, right here. Here I am. Why wouldn't I come meet my sister? Though we haven't met before.
Yes, there's men in My Little Pony. And shining armor is not a royal through magic. Shining armor is a royal through marriage. This is actually Twilight Sparkle's big brother, best friend forever. He has the same cutie mark, but with a shield in it. Now, his design kind of shows the philosophy for the male horses in this show. Pioch, thanks so much for the 10. And, oh Jesus, Asus 50? Really? Thank you, though! You guys might be insane. Okay, so Shining Armor kind of shows how they do male ponies in the show. They square their jaws more, their bodies are not nearly as slender, the feet tend to be also a little bit blockier. If I had to describe a way that they designed the male ponies in the show, it has to be that they're blocky, especially in the face. They don't have like nearly as big flowing manes as the girly pop ones, but they do have nice hair. They also have funky colors. You'll also notice that his horn is bigger than Twilight's, despite the fact that—
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Trashlord. Oh, they're here. Hi, thanks so much for the 100 gifted. You're insane. Your bank is gonna strangle you.com.org. Also, canonically, Shining Armor, he's a father. This horse is a dad. Perfect example of how they do dudes in MLP. Bigger horns. Hold on, let me do math. I think you guys hit it. What the fuck, chat? Holy, you guys. Okay. No, this one might have been quicker than the Power World ones. The bronies might be more powerful. There was a sub-silly. No. If I do Fluttershy, I have to design a human Discord, and I don't think you guys are ready for that. Really? You guys want to see me? I would give her the fattest bags, by the way. Like, you know what? Fine, Fluttershy. But it has to be with Discord. I'm not taking any other fucking, Trashlord! Okay, you hit it. Ah, my sanity! Oh my god. Thanks so much to everybody who's been donating for the bronies are in chat. Anyway, yes, Shining Armor is a shining example of how we do horses for guys in MLP. He has a dope design, bomb.com. He does look related to Twilight, even though their color schemes are completely different. And he's just like a good bean. But he is a royal, he counts, because he's married one.
One of these days, we need to get together when the fate of Equestria isn't hanging in the balance.
Queen! Luna might be my favorite alicorn, but Cadence is a close second because Pink. This woman is canonically a MILF. She has a fucking daughter who is also an alicorn, the only born one ever. And her whole thing is love. It's loves, okay? She is a stunner. Much like the other alicorn, she's a little bit longer and spindlier than a normal pony, but she started as a normal pony. Here we go. Oh no. You guys know that if I do something with Cadence, Chrysalis might need to be invited to the party, right? I know you guys. I know you degenerates. But Cadence design is actually so beautiful. She's similar in size to Luna, a little bit smaller. She has the big wings. You'll notice that the bigger the alicorn, the more bird-like the wings actually are. Most normal Pegasi have like kind of like stumpy wings. They fly anyway, but the bigger horses tend to have like really nice shapely wings that actually have the bone structure that a wing has. And they also have very... Thank you so much, but oh my god, your wallet! Someone in these comments is gonna have to be called trashed regardless of what it is. It's 5 to go. Like, I 200 on the dot. Conceiving the Crystal Palace, mama. Make her a milf.com.org. She is truly one of the prettiest ponies, and again, she's an alicorn, so she's longer, she's spindlier, she's very, very pretty. Predominantly pink, very warm-toned, cool accent on like her cutie mark, which is like the little crystal hearts. Like her thing is love. She made us brand new spell. When you discover new magic, you can become a princess in canon and lore of MLP. So that's kind of like what her cutie mark is about. She did this fairly young. Any pony can become an alicorn, basically. And she is Twilight Sparkle's sister-in-law. She married her brother. Much like Celestia, she does have cute hoof decorations and a little necklace and there's a little tiara. I also really like the curls in her hair. They're very subtle. They're not like Rarities, but they're still very pretty. She has like kind of like a wave to her hair, which I always find very, very charming. It's fairly simple, but it's a really, really, really cute design. Absolutely goated.
Your mom sure is something.
Now, Flurry Heart. Flurry Heart I actually don't know a ton about, except that she is the first alicorn to be born ever. You can tell she's a born alicorn because the wings do not match the body. So this is Cadence's and Shining Armor's daughter, as we can already tell because it has his color scheme and her color scheme. She has Shining Armor's eye color and some of his hair color, but she has the pink and purple that Cadence does. And this is how you can tell that ponies do have baby forms, and the ponies in the show are actually grown-ass women. She's tiny, she's pudgy, a very round face, very chubby little baby nose, but the main difference between Flurry Heart and the usual colts in MLP is that she has massive wings, and that is mainly because of her being born an alicorn, which is very rare. She has like cute little baby diaper, and she has like a little baby like round tail. She's a very cute character. An absolute goblin of a thing, but like it's because she doesn't know how to control her magic because she's Weedle. I like that when she flies, her wings kind of like form a heart. Very, very charming.
Thanks, Flurry.
Even though I said, hey, let's not do that anymore, they say, hey, this is how we've been doing things for hundreds of years.
Thorax is actually not a pony. Thorax is a changeling.
No, wait, come back!
Now, you might be wondering, wait, no, he's not. He doesn't have the changeling color scheme, and he doesn't have, like, holes in his hooves or, like, his horn or whatever. No, 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 he is a changeling. This is what they're actually supposed to look like. They're supposed to be, like, kind of fey-coded when they're not consumed by all evil in the world, you know? I like Thorax and I put him in there because not only is he a royal, but he definitely like encapsulates what makes the changeling design so cool, which is that they're very bug-coded. Like they have bug wings and they have bug horns that kind of resemble beetles. They have like spindly legs. They're horse-shaped, but like their deal is more like deer as opposed to pony, you know? He's a very nerdy boy. He's a sweet boy. And he's also a male, so unlike Shining Armor, he has a more pointed face, but you can still tell it's a guy because they make the neck really thick. He's Changeling King, long story, but he's very, very pretty, and he has a really vibrant color scheme, which it's tricky to do because everyone in the show has vibrant color schemes. But for the Changelings, I think that the very bright color scheme and the combination of the bug features really sells this design for me.
Oh, can we show them? Oh, these are the first guests we've had in like forever. Can we?
I never got this far into the show, but there are other royals besides Thorax, which is, yeah, Hippogriff and then a sea pony, right? Yeah, this is from the movie, I think. I don't know why she has both forms, but I do have to say I enjoy them both. The sea ponies are so cute. The sea ponies are really cute. I like that that was their take on Seahorse because they have like cute little wings. They have really nice, beautiful tails, a great sense of flow. They still have hooves, but they're like fin coated. And again, much like the other royals, Skystar has a very elongated body and face. She is very magical looking in both versions of this design. Like the Hippogriff one is very cute because it has like the feathers instead of the hair. and like little ears look like feathers as well. And then the sea pony one is just more mermaid coated. Her color scheme is super soft, like ombre, yellow to blue, a little bit of pink details here and there. I do prefer the colors in the mermaid version that she has because I think that they meld together really nicely. Like the pink melds into yellow, the yellow melds into the blue, and then she also has like a lot of seashells and like a lot of really cute accessories. And much like the rest of the horses, this also looks cool. I'm sorry, it does. Like, the big goo-goo eyes and the long flowing hair, like, mama. It's because they're so alluring in the face, you know? The Kikimation goo-goo eye theory is undefeated. You saw the sub-goals, right?
And you can't just hide down here, trapped forever? There's so much you're missing.
We are 100% okay with that.
Queen Novo.
Yay!
I've never seen this before, but I like it! Her mom, oh lord. Like, I prefer the mermaid version, because I'm biased. I like mermaids, I do, a lot. The purples and the blues, the light pink and the silhouette, the super elongated face, the big slender eyes. Like, the griffin form is also super pretty, but the mermaid one is goated.
Oh! Time for my seaweed wrap.
Have you ever seen The Infection, are you? Which one? Because I saw Harmony Syndrome and I like that one. We're moving to more normal ponies now. Supporting cast, so to speak.
This is the best idea I've ever had!
Okay, so we're entering the Cutie Mark Crusaders. This is Apple Bloom.
This is gonna be so awesome!
This is actually Applejack's younger sister. And if you were wondering what the fuck the ponies look like as children, this is what they do. Look at that, it's so cute. She's so adorable. Looks puntable, is puntable. You can actually tell she's related to Applejack mainly because of the color scheme. She is like colored like an apple. And very cute, giant bow, red mane, yellow fur, bright orange eyes. Note how the rules of aging up a character also apply to these. So if you want to make a character look younger, bigger head is the way to go. Super round, so the hair is almost full circle, minus a little bit of the snout. And they also round out the eyes considerably. The body is also almost an oval, and the legs are obviously much shorter and much less refined. And the head to body size, the head is actually bigger than the body. She's super cute, she's super sweet, and again, she's very like kid-coded because she's much smaller and she's also much rounder. So like we use design language for stuff like this to kind of like show age, even if it's not a person.
We're gonna make my sister see I don't need her watching over me. Stop! No time for a song!
Scootaloo is actually not related to anyone in the main six, but she's a massive Rainbow Dash fangirly pop. So this is actually the Pegasus in the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Their whole thing is that they really, really want their cutie marks and they're in a big rush to grow up. So they try to figure out how you can get your cutie mark. They don't know that you get it magically tattooed onto your ass, okay? Scootaloo is much like Rainbow Dash, though a little bit rougher around the edges. I love the stubby wings. That just makes them look so baby, so sweet. And the giant round eyes. They're just looking at you, chat. Full eye contact. She has a very sweet color scheme. It's very vibrant. She has like the same magenta that Rainbow Dash has in her eyes. And the actual fur is like orange, right? Very cute, very pretty, very colorful. The hair is like scrunkly, kind of spiky. A more chaotic silhouette, you know? Canonically handicapped, the wings are underdeveloped, so she cannot fly at all. Yeah, she might actually be able to at some point in the future, but she cannot at the moment because look at the little stubbies. And yeah, all of the Cutie Mark Crusaders are sweet and they all have like something going for them. They do get their cutie marks eventually, but it's later on in the show.
Ooh, society!
Hazard a guess as to who this horse is related to.
Oh, we could paint together. We could ride bikes, play chess, sing a song, catch frogs, pillow fight. That's not what I meant!
Is anybody surprised that Rarity has a little sister? You really should not be, okay? Because Sweetie Belle, despite the name, also has the genetics of Rarity, which means that she's pretty difficult to deal with. Sweetie Belle is kind of brat-coded. Her best example is Rarity. If you guys know Rarity, you know that she's like coded.
A little bit dirty. A lot dirty. A little bit dirty. A lot!
So, the whiting is in her blood.
Why does life have to be so ironic?
The thing I need you guys to notice is that, like, how much she does resemble Rarity, because white horse, purple mane, right? She also has, like, the beginnings of the really dramatic curls, which Rarity has. She's a unicorn, so she has a horn, but look how whittle it is. And, like, the face and the eyes are huge, and she's just, like, a sweetie.
Scene?
She may or may not be a robot. She's not a robot!
If the world isn't going to love me, then I'll teach it to fear me instead.
More like the Cutie Mark crybabies.
There's some horses I put in here because they have some really unique silhouettes. Bad Seed is actually one of the ones that I would say is a little bit older. than the Cutie Mark Crusaders, or at least she looks a little bit older. But you will also note that she is completely round. Chunkier, actually. A chunky baby pony, you know? If she is the bully horse, she does kind of have like the build for it, like the freckles, the kind of spiky hair, dual tone hairstyle. It's kind of rough around the edges. No Cutie Mark yet because she's still fairly young. But I like this design because I like the silhouette being a little bit rounder than most other ponies, if that makes sense. Most of them are pretty slender, but like there are different body types in MLP. It's just really fun to show them.
Any pony know if griffins ever get tired?
What do you think my mark will be? A lightning bolt? An erupting volcano?
Now, there are non-pony creatures in this. Gabby is a griffin, I think, and this is a baby one. In case you guys can't tell that she's very young, the face is super round, and the feet and the paws are actually super big. You can usually tell a dog is a puppy, not just by the size, but if you see the paws, and the paws seem like dangerously big, like ludicrously big, it's usually a younger animal. Gabby has pretty big wings though, so that's things that might trick people into thinking like, oh, it's a fully sized griffin. No, she's actually baby. Very soft silhouette, very nice color scheme. I really like the way that they did birds in the show because everything needs to have the big old googly eyes, chat. Everything. But these are very much younger coated because they're rounder, they're smaller, they're shorter for the most part. And she just had like that chubby baby face to her, which I think is sweet.
Granny's a little rustier and a giddy up since the last time the apples all got together.
This is what a pony looks like when they age. This is actually Applejack's grandma, in case you can't tell by the color scheme, the apple motif, and or I don't know, the giant apple pie tattooed on her ass. I especially want you guys to pay attention to the knobbly knees. And the like fucking like old lady mouth and saggy chin. Because like they did such a good job at making old ass horses in this show. So I like how they did it because like this one actually does look like an old ass horse. Like the scraggly hair bun on the tail and on the base, on the mane. The like flyaway hair. She still has like her eyelashes but much less. And like she has like huge eye bags and like saggy cheeks. And it takes a decent amount of thought to make something look this old with this level of stylization. Granny Smith is a fairly cute character. She's kind of a sassy old lady. And it shows in the design. And I like how hunched over she is too. Just old ass horse.
Oh, thank you kindly, little ponies. Oh, now, let's settle down.
Another shining example of how to make males in the MLP universe.
You've got...
Big Macintosh is Applejack's brother. He's Big Mac. He is a big working boy, strong earth pony. He has like the yoke around his neck. He has like pointier hair. Very, very aggressive shade of red. And his cutie mark is actually one of the biggest I've seen. Gigantic apple. And the orange mane really complements that. I like the shade of red that they use because it looks really good against the cutie mark, you know?
Yep.
Canonically, does he have a girlfriend? Who does he?
Yeah.
Luna wanted that body. No, he has a wife. What? He's married. Oh, that's so cute. But yeah, I like this a lot because again, the guy horses are much blockier. They're blockier in the face. They're blockier in the hooves. The tails are shorter. The manes are shorter. And most importantly, the neck is really thick. You can tell that he's related to Applejack because similar shades of orange in their mane and also the freckles, you know? But I really, really like Big Macintosh's design. It's super cute.
Shining armor and Big Mac's body type is not the regular design for male ponies though. The average male pony looks very similar to the girlies.
Yeah, the ones that have more design are the ones that I put in here. Fun fact. Thank you.
Ma and Pa may own this rock farm, but I keep it running. Cross me and...
Aye, aye, Captain Grumpy.
Pinkie Pie, in case you guys didn't know, comes from a family of all gray horses, whose job was to basically move rocks. Now, the Pies are actually the most stoic, boring people in the universe. Pinkie Pie had like a taste of party, and it was like she had like when you feed a gremlin after midnight transformation. Things I like about her family is that even though they're all like gray horses, they have quite a bit of personality.
You look as miserable as I feel all the time.
So like Pinkie Pie is not the only weird one in the family. Like the straight cut manes, but with a little bit of flutter around the back. They still have really nice eyelashes, very, very pretty figures. They're nice shades of gray. They're not like dull and boring. This is like steel gray with like a grayish green on the mane. Very cute ears, very beautiful faces. She might describe her family as being very boring, but she loves them to filth, you know? She has a fucking lemon on her ass. This is the pony that does body shots.
This is Marble Pie, my baby sister who's only a few minutes younger than me, but she'll always be a baby to me, isn't that right?
Tell me again why the pies are like this attractive. The hair over the eye, the straight cut on it, the like kind of like sassy expressions. Like she actually has pebbles on her cutie mark, so like purple marbles. She is meant to like deal with rocks. She's actually Pinkie's fraternal twin. Wait, Pinkie Pie's a twin? I did not know this. It's a very, very cute design. Has a lot of pizzazz to it, and I like that they follow like a specific sense of style with the pie family. That's just like the straight cut mains and that's it. The pies are actually related to the apples. Who would have thought that the apples and the pies are related, you know?
Gray, you are gray, like a rock, which you are, rock.
Okay, get it out of your system. That's a lot of ones that do you guys really want this? She looks bland as fuck. Her personality is excellent.
Maud's boyfriend was turned into a hunk of rock!
You got the hunk part right.
Maud is so fucking funny. She has a lot of nonchalant energy. You would never think that she and Pinkie Pie are related, but they are. And she's the one that looks like the most stoic out of all of them, but like...
Look at the fire in her eyes! You better do what she says!
Yeah, she's kind of goth girl coded.
Sigh.
Dude, so many people want to rock this horse. Literally, this meme, this is Maud Pie and Pinkie Pie.
New friend, I like the sound of it. Howza, wowza! Oh, are you trying to put me out of business with your fancy magic opinion? What's a cake?
Who the fuck was this MILF? I think like she runs the cake shop, but like, I like this design because it's very different in terms of like body shape than a lot of the horses. She's chunkier, definitely, and has like a smaller ear compared to a lot of the horses. Not to mention, she has like a rounder tummy, and her hair looks like frosting, which I've always found to be very interesting in the world of ponies with long, flowing, luscious hair, that this one uses an industrial amount of hairspray. She runs the bakery that Pinkie lives and works at. Yeah, that's kind of like her thing. So if you remember wondering where the fuck Pinkie Pie gets so much cake for everything, this is where. And yeah, she has a fat ass, but yeah, super cute design.
My great-great-great-great-grandfather was a unicorn, and Cupcake's great-aunt, second cousin twice removed, was a Pegasus. That makes sense, right?
So, you know that meme of like big wife, skinny as fuck husband? That's them. I picked these mainly because they have like very different body types to most ponies. Mr. Cake has a very square jaw, like rectangular almost, big eye, but not as big as like the girly pops, but he's very lanky. He's almost giraffe coated, really long legs, very like squared torso. And his thing is also Cake. Let's face it, this guy's is probably huge. There's no like horse. Send your soul into shock.
Get my picture with her! Me first! Hey, get out of the shot!
I like Silver Spoon. So Silver Spoon, in case you guys can't tell, is actually one of the younger ponies. She already has a cutie mark, and she's brat coated.
Sorry. I'm not allowed to speak.
It's like, yeah, this is the horse with expensive taste. I love the glasses, I love the braid, but I especially love the string of pearls. The string of pearls just sells that, like, fucking spoiled rich bitch. She's like a bully lackey. She does feel like that type, yes.
Them all you real. I don't recall asking you to speak.
I hate...
Pretty sweet, huh?
This one looks like a little shit. This one looks like a terrible person. This one looks like it's gonna grow up and be a menace to society. Nah, she's a nerd. Why does she look like she's gonna fucking make fun of you behind your back, though? I love the curly hair, and it's really funny to see, like, the candy canes, though, and the pink eyes are really cute. I also really like that we give the horses glasses. I do think that they're cute. You guys talking about the bullies, oh, poor thing. Why does she have that face, though? That is the sneer of someone who makes fun of you, you know?
Yes.
Oh, tell us another story, great and powerful Trixie.
This doesn't look like a horse. This looks like some sort of goblin, okay? Okay, this one is in here because it has such a dopey silhouette. But look how round he is, looks how chunky he is. He has, like, buck teeth, like, the dumpy little horn, the horrible haircut. He actually has, like, big eyebrows. Not every pony has eyebrows, mind you. And a very funny color scheme of, like, teal and just orange. Like, yeah, he doesn't look like he's too quite all there.
Hey, it could happen.
But I feel like it's funny, and I need to put, like, his design in here with, like, the younger ponies, like, in the side characters, because, yeah, the silhouette is so different from what you usually see in MLP that it merited mentioning. Because it still fits into the art style, he just kind of looks like, you know, smooth-brained.
The proof is in the pudding.
I like pudding.
And then snails, similar reason. Those eyes are empty, chat. There is nothing in there. Also, what kind of talent is a snail? Is his talent that he's slow? What's your purpose in life? Low IQ. The reason I like this one a lot though is because it's super lanky. The ears are gigantic. He looks dopey, but I think that's kind of the point, you know? It's like Doofus and Dingus, like Dumb and Dumber.
That's better.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Huh? Now, careful, Derpy. I just don't know what went wrong.
Is she beauty? Is she grace? No, but she deserves it. Derpy is actually a fan favorite because she's so charming.
Anything I can do to help?
She's like dead ass cross-eyed. She's always running into things. Is really, really silly. Like,
you're pretty.
Originally, this horse didn't have a name, and the fan base nicknamed her Derpy Hooves. But some people got offended at that, so I think her official name is different or she doesn't have one, but the fandom just knows her as Derpy Hooves and it kind of stuck, you know? I love her because I really like how goofy this animal is. The bent knees, the insanely bright golden mane, the little stubby wings, and like the fucking cross.
Yeah. Oh!
She's so cute. She's so silly. She's so charming, okay? The fandom loves this horse. And I'm with you guys, because she's so funny. I think her cutie mark is Bubbles. Did they ever explain why? I think the cross eyes were an animation error initially, but then they just kind of ran with it. It's a great design though, super simple for like a background character, but it's iconic because of the cross-eyed, and I think that's why she needed to be mentioned. And she actually shows up a lot later on in the show.
You're welcome!
Unfortunately though, things, that's all we have time for today for this segment because you guys fucking caused another incident.com.org. But I want to know for part 1 of this review, who's your favorite pony? Did you watch the show? Did you not watch the show? Are you an old school brony? Are you willing to give this show a shot? I promise it's not Dejan as shit. It's actually a pretty smart show and it's very, very sweet. Let me know in the comments. And remember, if I said something that made you angry, it's just rage bait, baby boo. Also, if you guys want to have the energy to the main 6, may I recommend that you check out Gamer Sups? It is delightful energy, super tasty, so many flavors. I can recommend a few, honestly, if you want. The best energy drink that you're ever gonna have in your life. It's sugar-free, it's keto-friendly. They also have canned versions as well, although those do have some calories. And it's just really, really nice. I highly recommend that you guys try it out. If you do, use code KingMation at checkout for 10% off your entire order.